My beloved, you did not find this message by accident. You were led here, drawn by the whisper of heaven, because your spirit has been crying out for something more, for clarity, for hope, for relief, for a sign that what you're carrying is not in vain. And now I speak to you directly. I see the weight you've been carrying, the unanswered prayers, the days you've smiled on the outside while drowning on the inside, the nights you've cried where no one could see you. But I saw, and I never looked away. The miracle you've been waiting for, it's already in motion, not delayed, not forgotten, not denied. It is on its way. You may not see the full picture yet, but I have already spoken the word. I have already dispatched the answer. What seemed still was never still. The heavens have been working while you were sleeping. You felt forgotten, but you were being prepared. You thought the silence meant abandonment, but it was incubation. Because I don't release blessings into chaos, I bring order first. And some of the shaking you experienced, it wasn't to destroy you. It was to clear the space for something greater. You see, miracles don't always arrive in grand, thunderous ways. Sometimes they unfold quietly, like morning light breaking over the horizon. And when they come, they feel both sudden and familiar. Because deep inside, your spirit always knew I was coming through for you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for what I have planned. You have been faithful through things others couldn't survive. You kept walking when you had every reason to quit. You kept believing when the evidence around you gave you none, and that kind of faith moves heaven. I want you to understand this deeply. Your miracle is not a reward for perfection. It's a response to your persistence, to your surrender, to your trust in me when nothing made sense. I've seen how you've carried burdens in silence, how you've kept praying when your voice trembled. I've watched you give out of your lack, love out of your brokenness, speak peace even when your own heart was storming. And I say to you now, I have not ignored you. The delay was not punishment. It was positioning. Some things I needed to move out of your way. Some people I had to remove from the next chapter. Some storms were sent not to destroy you, but to anchor you in deeper truth. You are stronger now, wiser now, closer to me than ever before. And that's exactly where I needed you to be before this miracle arrived. Because what I'm bringing, it's not temporary. It's not surface level. It's not a bandage for a bleeding wound. It is deep, permanent, and personal. I'm healing things you never told anyone about, answering prayers you whispered in the dark, bringing restoration not just to your circumstances but to your soul. I know it's been long. I know you've grown tired. But I also know the exact moment your strength ran out, because mine began. When you said, I can't do this anymore, I whispered, then let me. And I have. Behind the scenes, I've been orchestrating divine connections, opening doors no man can shut, lining up provision, protection, and promotion. And soon, what was invisible will become undeniable. The miracle is already on its way. But more importantly, so is your peace, your joy, your clarity, your restoration. I'm not just changing what's around you, I'm changing what's in you. Because when I bless completely. And yes, this message is your confirmation. Yes, it's meant for you. Yes, you're about to walk into something better than what you lost. Because I never take without giving back more. I know you're wondering when. You're watching the clock, counting the days, measuring your strength. But child, time obeys me, and I don't move according to deadlines. I move according to destiny. Your season is shifting even now. You feel it, don't you? That strange sense that something is breaking open, even if you can't explain it. That quiet hope that keeps rising, even after disappointment tried to bury it. That's me. That's the whisper of the miracle. Don't dismiss it. Don't second guess it. Don't look back at what didn't happen and assume nothing ever will. I do new things, and I do them in ways no one expects. You may feel forgotten on earth, but you are famous in heaven. Your name is known. Your tears have been recorded, and the enemy's grip is breaking even now. Because I said enough. Enough delay, enough despair, enough lies. Your miracle has already begun, and if you feel this message resonating in your soul, it's because you were meant to hear it. Now, not later. I led you here. This channel, this very space. It's the place I've chosen to speak to you. So I ask you, not from demand, but from divine invitation. Like, comment, and subscribe, because this is where I will continue to reveal what's coming next. This is where your instructions will follow. But don't move just yet. Breathe in this truth. Let it settle into your spirit, because I'm not done speaking, and I won't stop until the miracle is complete. You are still listening, because your soul knows this is not ordinary. You can feel the truth rising inside you. It stirs something ancient, something eternal, because my voice does not return void. When I speak, things shift. Let me tell you this clearly. You are not being overlooked. You are being overshadowed by my glory, by my covering, by my hand. I've shielded you from things you didn't even know were coming. You wondered why certain paths closed, why some people disappeared, why your plans didn't go the way you imagined. It was not rejection, it was redirection. You prayed for protection and I gave it, even when it didn't look like what you expected. You asked for favor and I removed what would have poisoned your promise. You asked for breakthrough, and I broke what would have broken you. Sometimes, the miracle begins with subtraction. I will never build your future on foundations that were never meant to hold it. That's why I allowed certain things to fall apart, so I could build something unshakable. You cried over doors I closed, not knowing I was protecting you from what was on the other side. You mourned seasons that ended, not realizing they were preparing you for something eternal. I am the master of timing, and I will not release what is holy into hands that are not ready. So I've been preparing your hands, your heart, your mind, because this miracle isn't just about what you receive. It's about who you become in the process. You are becoming someone who can carry glory without pride. Someone who can walk in abundance without forgetting who provided it. Someone who can be trusted with more because you learned how to praise through less. And now, the time is near. There is a shift happening, even now as I speak. The pressure you've been feeling isn't punishment, it's labor. You are birthing something that eyes have not seen, something that ears have not heard, something prepared specifically for you. And when it arrives, it will not be small. You didn't go through small pain. You didn't endure small warfare. So I'm not sending you a small miracle. What I'm about to do will make up for the years that tried to break you. The years of silence, the years of waiting, the years you felt like you were falling behind everyone else. I saw it all, and I will restore it all. You don't need to compete for what is already yours. You don't need to prove your worth to receive what I have freely given. You are not disqualified because of your past. You are not too late because of your mistakes, My grace covers the gaps. My mercy covers the mess. And my favor covers the future. You are chosen, marked, set apart. And that's why the battle has been so intense. Because the enemy saw the glow before you did. He tried to discourage you before the miracle could reach you. He tried to wear you down with lies. But you're still here. And because you're still here, the miracle will still come. I do not abandon what I begin. I do not forget what I promise. And I do not lie. I told you something better was coming. Now I'm telling you, it's closer than you think. Some of you will see it in days, others in weeks. But all who believe, who keep walking, keep trusting, keep surrendering, will see it. Because I'm not just showing up with a miracle. I'm showing up with myself. You didn't just ask for a breakthrough, you asked for me. And now I come with both. And I want to say this, with love and fire in my voice. Stop doubting what I confirmed in your spirit. Stop shrinking your dreams to fit your surroundings. Stop waiting for the approval of people who can't even comprehend your calling. You don't need their validation when you already carry my favor. You don't need their applause when I have already called you mine. Lift your head. Square your shoulders. Take a deep breath, because you're about to walk into a room you once felt unworthy to enter. You're about to receive what you thought was only meant for others. And when it happens, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember I told you in advance not to tease you, not to give false hope, but to prepare your heart so you wouldn't panic when the blessing arrives. I had to get you ready, because miracles don't just change circumstances, they change people. And if your identity doesn't grow with your blessing, it can crush you instead of carry you. That's why I kept whispering, even in the waiting, you're more than what you've been through. You're not forgotten. You're next. You are next. You are closer than it feels. Even now, angels are aligning what I've spoken. Even now, chains are breaking. Even now, peace is returning. Even now, provision is moving into your path. Don't rush it, but don't resist it either. Let it unfold like the sunrise. Steady, certain, undeniable. You'll look back on this time, these painful months, these confusing moments, and say, that's when it all began. That's when everything shifted. You may not feel ready, but I am, and I will not let this moment pass you by. I see what the waiting has done to you. You've smiled through storms no one else noticed. You've stood firm while your knees trembled. You've kept faith while your heart was breaking in silence. But nothing was wasted. Every tear you cried was collected. Every prayer you whispered was heard. Every step you took in the dark was witnessed. I was there, in every second of it. You didn't walk through that valley alone. You weren't abandoned in the confusion. Even when your voice was quiet, your spirit was shouting, I trust you. And I heard it. I heard it louder than the enemy's lies, louder than the doubts in your mind, louder than the silence that tried to convince you I was gone. I was never gone. I was guarding. I was guiding. I was growing you. You didn't just survive. You matured. You didn't just wait. You worshipped. And that has made all the difference. You became dangerous to darkness because now you know who your source is. Now you know what real strength feels like. Now you know that even if the world fails, I won't. And because of that, now I can trust you with more. I wasn't withholding the miracle out of cruelty. I was holding it close until you were ready to carry it. Because what I'm giving you next will not only bless you, it will bless others through you. Your miracle has multiplication attached to it. The healing I release into your body will become the testimony that heals others. The provision I place in your hands will overflow into households you haven't even seen. The peace I pour into your soul will become a sanctuary for others still stuck in storms. You are not just receiving, you are becoming. Becoming the answered prayer in someone else's life. Becoming the light in rooms that have been dark for far too long. Becoming the proof that I still move, that I still heal, that I still restore what was lost. That's why the warfare increased right before this moment. That's why your mind was under attack, because the enemy saw the release coming. He tried to make you give up right before your name was called. He tried to distract you with delays. He tried to make you question everything I said. But here you are, still holding on, and that is why your miracle cannot be denied. It's not just a promise, it's a decree, a royal announcement from heaven that your season is shifting. I am opening the floodgates, favor you didn't earn, doors you didn't knock on, blessings that overtake you without warning, and you'll know it was me. Not luck, not coincidence, not effort alone, but divine orchestration. I will make it so undeniable that even your enemies will say, surely God did this. So don't shrink now. Don't second guess your worth. Don't talk yourself out of what I've already confirmed. Walk in like you belong there, because you do. Lift your head, child. The oil on your life is expensive, and it will not be wasted on fear. There are some listening to me now who still feel unsure, still doubting because of past mistakes, still wondering if they missed their moment. Let me tell you this clearly, you haven't. You are not too late, you are not too far, you are not too broken. I can restore years in seconds. I can repair what life tried to tear apart. I can call you forward even when others count you out. And that's exactly what I'm doing. This moment, this message, is your confirmation. You didn't stumble here by accident. You were led, drawn, marked for something more. You needed to hear my voice again, and now you are. So let it sink in. Let my words heal the places that still ache. Let my truth wash over the lies that have built walls inside you. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not finished. I am doing a new thing in you, even now. You can feel it. You may not be able to explain it, but you know it. That knowing in your spirit, that sudden peace, is me. I am confirming what your heart has hoped for in silence. And soon you will no longer have to hide your hope, because the evidence is coming, the answer, the open door, the breakthrough that rewrites everything. Some of you will weep when it comes, not out of sorrow, but release, because the weight you've carried so long will finally lift, and you'll realize you were never abandoned. You were being prepared. Now listen closely. Guard your focus. Guard your agreement. Guard your faith. Do not partner with doubt after I've spoken. Do not rehearse defeat after I've declared victory. Speak what I speak. Declare what I declare. Stand on what I've already promised. Because faith isn't a feeling. It's a decision. And you've already made it by staying here, by listening, by believing even with trembling hands. And I honor that. Now breathe. This is not the end. This is the unfolding. Now that you've heard my promise, I want to teach you how to walk in it. Because a miracle is not just something you receive, it's something you prepare for. And the way you walk after I speak determines how quickly you see what I said. You've asked me for alignment, so now I'm showing you what that looks like. It begins with your agreement. Stop rehearsing the worst-case scenario. Stop giving your energy to the voices that contradict what I've already spoken. Even when doubt whispers, even when fear rises, silence them with truth. Say what I say, even if your situation doesn't match it yet, especially when it doesn't match it yet. Faith sounds like, I trust you even in this. It sounds like, I don't see it, but I believe you're still moving. It sounds like worship when nothing around you feels worthy of praise. That's alignment. Because when your words match heaven, your atmosphere starts to shift. Your mind comes into peace. Your heart becomes steady. And suddenly the chaos doesn't control you anymore. My spirit does. And in that place, you become unstoppable. Now hear me. This doesn't mean you won't feel resistance. The closer you get to breakthrough, the more pressure will try to surround you. But pressure isn't a sign that you're losing. It's a sign that something is about to be birthed. So don't misread the pain. Don't mistake the pressure as punishment. This is labor. And just like a mother in delivery, you must keep pushing, even when it hurts, even when it's uncomfortable, even when the enemy tries to convince you it's not worth it. I promise you, it is. Because what's coming through you will not only change your life, it will bless generations after you. I didn't choose you just for you. I chose you for the ripple effect, for the legacy, for the impact that continues long after you've moved forward. So walk like someone who knows they're carrying something holy. Talk like someone who knows heaven is backing them. Live like the miracle is already moving toward you, because it is. Now listen carefully. As I align you with this blessing, I will begin to separate you from things that can't go with you. Some doors will close, let them. Some people will distance, bless them. Some opportunities will fall away. Don't chase them. Everything I remove is making space for something greater, and everything I allow to stay is being purified, because where you're going requires a clean heart, a focused mind, a willing spirit. I don't pour new wine into old wineskins, and I won't pour fresh oil into a vessel full of offense. So let go of what hurt you. Release who failed you. Forgive what disappointed you, not for their sake, but for yours. You've already carried the weight long enough. Let it fall. You won't need it where I'm taking you. Your hands must be free to receive. Your heart must be light to rise. And your soul must be open to what's next. Because what I'm bringing into your life will not resemble the old. The way I bless you, the way I restore you, the way I accelerate you, it will be like nothing you've seen before. Sudden, supernatural, overflowing. But you must walk like it's already begun, even when the evidence is invisible, even when the enemy mocks your faith, even when people around you don't understand your peace. Let them wonder, let them talk, let them watch. Because soon, I will make a table for you, right in front of those who thought you wouldn't make it. And when I do, you will not gloat, you will glorify. Because you know it wasn't your strength, it wasn't your strategy, it wasn't your perfection. It was me, so stay close. The closer you walk with me, the clearer your steps become. The more time you spend in my presence, the quieter the noise of fear becomes. And the more you lean on my voice, the less the enemy can distract you. That's the secret to walking in alignment. You don't need 100 confirmations. You don't need to overthink every detail. You just need to stay near me, and I will order your steps. I will close the wrong doors before you even reach them. I will open the right ones at the exact moment you're ready, because I'm not just the God of what you prayed for, I'm the God of the timing. and my timing is always perfect. So don't rush. Don't fear delays. Don't panic if the path feels unfamiliar. I am in every twist, every turn, every silence, and every stirring. And when you look back, you'll see it, that even the detours were divine. Even the heartbreaks were necessary. Even the losses were laced with my mercy, because through it all I was aligning you, not just with the blessing, but with me. And when you're aligned with me, nothing can block what I've declared. So breathe deep, straighten your posture, and keep walking. Because I will reveal what to do while you wait, so that the miracle not only arrives, but stays. Now that you've aligned your heart, let me teach you how to wait, because waiting in my presence is not wasted time. It's sacred preparation. There is a way to wait that unlocks miracles faster, not from striving, not from begging, but from abiding. Some people wait with anxiety, others wait with doubt. But I'm calling you to wait with expectation, because your posture during the waiting season matters. It reveals what you truly believe about me. If you really believe I'm faithful, then you won't panic when the answer takes longer than expected. You'll praise me anyway. If you trust my word, then your worship won't depend on how things look. It will flow from who I am. You don't wait for a miracle like you're wondering if it will happen. You wait like someone preparing a room for a guest who already said they're coming. You don't wonder. You prepare. You clean the space. You open the windows. You lay the table. Because when I said, "It is on the way," I meant it. So prepare, like it's true. Don't shrink back just because nothing has changed yet. Sometimes the most powerful breakthroughs come when you're still in the desert, but your spirit is already rejoicing like you've reached the promised land. That kind of faith moves heaven. So I ask you, how are you waiting? Are you pacing the floor with fear, or are you standing still in peace? Are you rehearsing the problem or repeating my promise? Are you carrying pressure or are you resting in me? I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for surrender. Because when you surrender the how and the when, I release the what. You've cried long enough over closed doors. You've worried too long about how I'll do it. Let it go. I am not bound by your circumstances. I am not limited by your logic. I am not delayed by what delays man. I move outside of time, and I've already stepped into your future. I see what's coming. I know what you need, and I'm already preparing it for you. But while I'm preparing it, I'm also preparing you. That's why the wait has felt intense. That's why some days have felt like pressure on your soul. Because I'm not just sending a miracle, I'm shaping a vessel. One that can hold the weight of the blessing. One that can carry the anointing without cracking. One that won't self-sabotage the very thing it prayed for. I've seen too many receive too soon, only to lose it later. That won't be your story. You are being refined for permanence, not for performance. You're not just getting a glimpse, you're stepping into something lasting. So if it's taking longer than you expected, trust that it's because I'm building something stronger than you imagined. And while you wait, serve. Yes, serve. There is power in serving while you wait for your promise. Because when you bless others, even in your own season of need, you multiply the oil on your life. You release favor you didn't even know you were carrying. You break the grip of selfishness. You open new doors just by pouring into someone else. Didn't I say, give and it will be given to you? That applies to more than money. Give your time, give your kindness, give your joy, even if it's a sacrifice. That's how you wait in the kingdom. You wait by sowing, You wait by praising, you wait by preparing, and when the door opens, you'll be ready. Because the miracle isn't just what you'll receive, it's who you're becoming while you wait. The growth you didn't ask for, the strength you didn't know you had, the wisdom you could only get through fire. That's what I'm forming in you now. Don't curse this season. Don't rush what I'm doing. There is beauty being formed in the stillness. And when the time comes, you won't just see the miracle, you'll understand it, you'll value it, you'll guard it, because you were faithful when no one was watching, because you trusted me when nothing made sense, because you praised me even when your hands were empty. And now I will fill them. I'll fill them with provision. I'll fill them with peace. I'll fill them with people who love you the way I do. I'm not just answering your prayer, I'm exceeding it. So keep your oil ready, keep your eyes open, and keep your heart expectant. You'll see that nothing was wasted. Not the tears, not the delays, not even the pain. And what's coming next will be more than you asked. It will be more than you thought possible. Stay with me and listen closely, because what I'm about to say is for the moments you thought were wasted, the years you lost, the seasons that slipped through your hands, the relationships that broke you, the opportunities that passed you by. You've been mourning time, but I am the one who redeems it. You think it's too late, but I step into what you call too late and breathe resurrection into it. I do not submit to time, time submits to me. I do not rush, I do not stall, I restore. So hear me. What you thought was gone forever is not gone. It's being reworked behind the veil, because I am the author of time, and I do not lose track of what belongs to you. Even what you forgot, I remember. Even what you let go of, I never dropped. Even what others stole, I'm bringing back with interest. The enemy tried to convince you it was over, but I'm telling you now, it was only paused. And now it restarts, better, stronger, full of grace and favor you couldn't carry before. You asked me to bring the miracle, but I'm not just bringing a moment, I'm bringing back everything. And when I restore something, I don't return it the way it left. I add to it, I heal it, I multiply it, I crown it with purpose. Do you think I'd let the enemy win? Number every plot formed against you, I'm turning it into purpose. Every detour you cried over, I'm weaving it into your destiny. Every no that crushed you, I'm using it to redirect your steps into my yes. That's how I work. I restore in layers, not just one piece of your life, but all of it. Your mind, your hope, your joy, your time, even the inner parts of you that no one sees, I'm restoring those too. The wounds you hid behind your smile, the silent battles you fought alone, the questions you asked in the dark when no one was around to answer. I heard you, and now I'm responding, not just with comfort, but with recovery. You're going to recover all. What the locusts ate, I'll replace. What fear stole, I'll return. What time wore down, I'll renew. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are right on time in my plan. And no man, no mistake, no demon in hell can cancel what I've decreed over your life. So stop replaying the past. Stop counting the wasted years. They are not wasted to me. I've stored them. I've guarded them. And now I'm returning them, pressed down, shaken together, running over. You'll see it happen in ways you don't expect. Sudden favor, divine appointments, doors that were bolted shut suddenly opening wide. You'll wonder how it happened so fast. But you won't remember how long you waited, because my restoration overtakes what was lost. And here's something you must know. I didn't just keep your miracle safe. I kept you safe. The enemy wanted to take you out before this moment. But I built a hedge around your soul. I placed angels at your side. I whispered peace when you didn't even know you were under attack. You thought you were just surviving, but you were being protected. Even when it didn't feel like it. Even when you were weary. Even when it felt like nothing was working. I was working. And now, everything that was delayed, everything that was denied, is being delivered because you endured, because you held on, because you didn't let go of me when everything tried to make you doubt. You've passed the test, and now comes the release. Not only am I restoring time, I'm accelerating what's ahead. Yes, acceleration. What used to take years will now happen in moments. What seemed impossible will unfold naturally. What looked dead will rise again. You are entering a season of divine speed, not because you ran faster, but because I'm carrying you. This is what grace looks like. It picks you up when your legs are tired. It closes gaps you can't explain. It places you ahead without skipping what you needed to learn. You didn't miss your destiny. You're arriving exactly when I planned. And you're not late, you're loaded with everything you need, every lesson, every scar, every ounce of faith you had to build the hard way. You carry something now that others will need. That's why I had to take my time with you, because now you don't just have the miracle, you have the testimony, and it will shake the lives of others. It will wake up sleeping hearts. It will remind people that I am still the God who restores, still the God who heals, still the God who shows up right on time. And now, I want you to prepare for what's next, and how your obedience in private is about to be rewarded in public. It's not just restoration, it's elevation. And it starts now. Now lift your head, child, because I am not only restoring what was lost, I am preparing to reveal what has been hidden. Component placement. Your private obedience is about to be seen in public reward. You have honored me in silence. You have worshipped me in the wilderness. You have trusted me when no one else stood beside you. And now I am placing you on display, not to boast in your strength, but to reveal my glory through your story. They saw your struggle. They whispered about your setbacks. They questioned your future. But I have the final word. And I say this: you are rising. I will raise you in such a way that no one can take the credit. Not your resume. Not your connections. Not your bank account. Because this next miracle will bear only one name: mine. I will cause favor to find you, not because you chased it, but because you chose me. You walked the narrow path. You said yes when it hurt. You obeyed when it cost you everything, and I took note. You didn't sow in vain. You didn't cry in vain. You didn't believe in vain. Now you will reap in places you once wept. I'm taking you from labor to laughter, from burden to blessing, from hidden to held high. I'm shifting the atmosphere around you. Where there was resistance, there will now be release. Where there was heaviness, there will now be lightness. Where there was confusion, there will now be clarity. Because I go before you, and I make the crooked path straight. Even now I am working in places your feet haven't stepped. I am speaking your name in rooms you've never entered. I am preparing people, positioning favor, unlocking access. When you walk in, you'll realize I've already been there. Because I don't just open doors. I prepare the room. I set the table. I arrange the seats. I fill the atmosphere with peace, so when you arrive, you don't have to strive. You'll know this was built for you. Now hear me. You're not walking into blessings to prove your worth. You're walking into them because you finally understand it. You've been forged in fire. You've been refined in silence. You've been broken, but not destroyed. And now you carry something the world cannot ignore. That's why I'm lifting you up. Not to make you famous, but to make me known through your life. And when they ask, how did this happen for you? You'll say, it was the Lord. You'll point them to me. You'll remind them that I still raise up the humble. I still exalt the lowly. I still use the overlooked to fulfill my purpose. You are proof. Now get ready to walk in what I spoke to you long ago. Remember those dreams I whispered before the pain came? They're not dead. They've been preserved. Remember those visions that lit up your spirit? I placed them there, and I've been watering them in the dark. Now they are ready to bloom. This season will not be like the ones before. This time, you'll have peace, not panic. This time, you'll have wisdom, not weariness. This time, you'll have alignment, not anxiety. Because you've learned to walk with me, not ahead of me, not behind me, but with me. You've learned to lean when things don't make sense. You've learned to pray when nothing is moving. You've learned to worship with tears in your eyes, and that's what prepared you for this. Now I am placing you where your presence will carry power, where your words will bring healing, where your story will awaken others to believe again. This is not the end of your struggle, but it is the beginning of your overflow. Yes, overflow. Not just enough for you, but enough to pour out into others. You'll be a wellspring of life, a carrier of hope, a vessel of glory, and you'll do it without striving, without pretending, without performing. Because I'm not raising a product of religion, I'm revealing a reflection of my heart. That's who you are, chosen, set apart, positioned for such a time as this. Now breathe. I am not rushing you, I'm releasing you, step by step, grace by grace, glory to glory. And as you step forward, remember this: no man can stop what I've ordained. No fear can hold what I've already freed. No shame can claim what I've redeemed. So walk boldly, speak truth, love deeply, and rest in me. The tables are turning, the wind is shifting, and the miracle you were promised is already moving toward you. I'll show you how to carry it, without losing your peace, your purpose, or your identity. Because this isn't just about receiving the miracle, it's about living from it. You've waited long, you've walked through dry seasons, and still you held my hand. But now comes the part I want you to understand deeply: how to carry the miracle without being crushed by the weight of it. Because what I'm giving you is holy. It's not just a breakthrough, it's a birth. And what is born from heaven must be handled with heaven's wisdom. This miracle is not meant to make you busy, it's meant to make you bold. It will not drain you, it will empower you. But you must walk with me even more closely now. Don't confuse movement with meaning. Don't let the applause distract you from my whisper, because what's coming will attract attention. But you are not called to perform. You are called to carry my presence. And when my presence fills the place I've prepared for you, peace will remain. That's how you'll know it's me. The peace will stay, even when the pressure comes. You are not stepping into comfort. You are stepping into calling. And calling comes with weight. Calling comes with responsibility. But you are ready. I've trained your hands to handle this. I've strengthened your shoulders to carry it. You've been refined in fire. Now you will carry the flame, a flame that cannot be hidden, a flame that lights the way for others, a flame that carries hope into dark places. You're not just walking into your own miracle. You're becoming a miracle for someone else, because others will look at you and see what I can do. They'll see the scars, but they'll also see the shine. They'll hear the story, but they'll feel the glory. You are living proof that resurrection is real. They buried you with their words. They dismissed you with their silence. But I never left you. I never stopped working. I never stopped believing in what I planted in you. Now you will see why the wait was so long. I wasn't just building the miracle, I was building you. And now that you're ready, you must walk in a new rhythm. A rhythm of rest, a rhythm of grace, a rhythm of obedience. Not everything needs your reaction. Not every opportunity requires your yes. Not every voice deserves your attention. I'll guide you. I'll tell you where to go and when to speak. Because this time, you're not led by fear. You're led by me. You're not scrambling to survive. You're standing to shine. Yes, shine. You don't need to dim yourself to be accepted. You don't need to shrink to keep the peace. You don't need to explain what I'm doing. Just carry it. Carry the light. Carry the favor. Carry the joy. Because joy is your portion now. Joy after sorrow. Peace after chaos. Beauty after ashes. I exchange what the enemy tried to bury you with and give you garments of praise. You are clothed in strength. You are robed in purpose. You are crowned with favor. So walk like it. Speak like it. Pray like it. And when you start to feel the weight again, come back to me. I'll remind you, it's not by your strength, it's by my spirit. You don't need to strive, just stay. Stay with me. Stay grounded. Stay thankful. Because thankfulness will protect what I'm giving you. Gratitude will guard your heart from pride. Worship will keep you aligned with me. And love will keep the flame burning. Now listen, child. I'm not just releasing you into this miracle, I'm sending you into it. You're on assignment. There's purpose in this provision. There's healing in this harvest. So don't hoard it, share it. Don't boast, bless. Point them back to me. Let every open door become a doorway for others to see my goodness. Because the miracle was never just for you. It was always meant to multiply, and I will multiply it. I'll multiply the joy, multiply the strength, multiply the influence. All so my name is lifted high. This is kingdom, not platforms, not popularity, but presence. You carry heaven now, so go where I send you. Speak what I give you. Hold what I place in your hands with honor. You are not who you used to be. You are new. You are walking into the fulfillment of every seed sown in faith. And nothing, no lie, no delay, no fear can stop what I've declared. Keep walking. So you understand why the fight was so intense before the blessing came. But for now, rest in this truth. The miracle is not on its way anymore. It's here. There's something I want you to understand now. The intensity of your warfare, it was never random. It was targeted. Because the enemy always attacks what he fears, and what he feared most was who you would become after this miracle. The resistance you faced wasn't just because of what you asked for, it was because of what you carry. You carry a shift, you carry a sound, you carry a breakthrough that affects more than just you. Hell fought to delay it, because hell knew what was coming. But what I place in motion cannot be stopped by demonic interference. Yes, there was warfare. Yes, there were delays. But I permitted the fire to reveal the gold. You didn't just survive the battle, you were refined in it. Now you carry the authority of someone who's been through the fire and came out still glowing. Do you see it now? The tears, the silence, the long nights. They were not empty, they were oil. Oil for the calling, oil for the miracle, oil for the mantle you now wear. You earned this oil with obedience. And the enemy is terrified of it. That's why everything intensified right before the breakthrough. The confusion, the fatigue, the spiritual fog. He wanted you to give up right before the release. But you didn't. You stayed. You trusted. You waited on me. And because of that, I'm releasing not just the miracle, but the wisdom to sustain it. Now hear me clearly. This next level isn't just blessing, it's responsibility. The enemy won't stop trying to whisper. But now you know how to fight. You've been trained in stillness. You've been strengthened in silence. You've learned how to war with worship, how to win by resting in my word. You no longer react from fear. You respond from authority. Because you've seen my hand in the dark. You've watched me move when no one else was watching. And that, my child, is how true trust is born. You didn't trust me because everything was perfect. You trusted me when nothing made sense. And now I will make sense of the mess. Now I will turn the page. Now I will silence the accuser, not with explanations, but with elevation. I'm lifting you where they said you'd never rise. I'm placing you where you didn't even apply. I'm opening what they said was permanently shut. Because I don't need man's approval to move in your life. I just need your yes, and you gave it. Even when it cost you, even when you didn't understand, even when it looked like I was silent. But I was never silent. I was building. I was preparing a table, not just for you, but in the presence of everything that tried to destroy you. Because I don't just restore, I vindicate. Every arrow aimed at your faith will now become a testimony. Every delay will now become a stage for my glory. And I want you to declare this in your heart. The delay was demonic, but it ends now. Say it again, feel it break, because it's not just a delay. It was an assignment to keep you weary, an assignment to keep you second-guessing, an assignment to keep you from praying boldly, but no more. That assignment is broken. My angels are already clearing the path. The resistance is being removed. The confusion is lifting, because I have spoken. And when I speak, creation aligns. When I declare favor, even closed doors begin to tremble. Even hard hearts begin to soften. Even enemies begin to bless you without knowing why. That's the weight of my word. And my word over you has not changed. It's still yes. It's still now. It's still yours. But this time you will walk with greater clarity. You will see the schemes of the enemy before they strike. You will discern the counterfeits. You will not be distracted, because your miracle needs protection, not just from the outside, but from within. Protect your peace. Guard your joy. Stay in alignment with me. Don't look back. Don't return to old patterns. Don't explain your growth to those who refuse to grow. This is your release. You're not stepping into it blindly. You're stepping in boldly, and you won't walk alone. I've assigned angels to go before you, to war with you, to cover you. You are covered. So when opposition comes, don't panic. Just stand. Stand and watch me move again. Because this was never just about receiving something. It was about becoming someone. You've become the kind of warrior who knows how to wait, the kind of vessel who doesn't crack under pressure, the kind of child who trusts my heart, even in hiddenness. And now, you will shine, not for show, but for purpose, not for applause, but for impact, not for fame, but for fruit. Yes, my child, you've passed the test. Now comes the reward. I will tell you what to do next, how to carry this miracle forward and multiply it for generations. But let this settle in you now. The delay was never denial. The pain was not punishment, it was preparation. And now, you are ready. You have been tested, refined, and prepared. The time has come to step boldly into what I have promised. Carry your miracle with humility and strength. Let it not make you proud, but grateful. Let it not isolate you, but connect you deeper to my heart. Every blessing I pour into your life is a seed. Plant it well. Nurture it with faith. Watch it grow beyond your expectations. But remember this: miracles require stewardship. Not just receiving, but giving. Not just breaking through, but lifting others with you. Your breakthrough is a light for those still in darkness. Your testimony is a song for the weary. Your victory is a beacon for the lost. And so, walk forward in purpose, knowing you are never alone. I am with you. In every step, in every breath, in every moment. When fear tries to whisper, remember my promise. When doubt clouds your mind, remember my truth. When the enemy returns, stand firm, because you are armored with my spirit. You have been given power to overcome, power to create new paths, power to shine even in the darkest places. Hold fast to this truth. The miracle is not just for you, it is for the generations that follow. Your life is a legacy written by my hand, a story of faith that will inspire others to believe. And now, as you prepare to move forward, I invite you to stay connected. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Because here is where you will continue to receive everything about your future. I will keep revealing my plans, my warnings, and my encouragements, so you will never walk in darkness again. Remember, my child, you were born for this moment. Your miracle is here. I am Jesus, your Savior and friend. I am with you always, and I am sending you now into your destiny. Amen.